They knew how to conserve. They knew how to save a dollar, cut a dollar here, cut a dollar there. But when we grow up, we say we're going to be better than mom and daddy. And granted, some of us are, but some of us are not. But here it is. He gave the boy a drink. She went and filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. Here this lad is. Here this Ishmael is going also to be a nation. He's going to have a great nation. God has already said that he's going to have a great nation. He grows up to be a great archer. He's out in the wilderness. He's out in the country. You know, so he has to protect his mom. So he learns how to shoot an arrow. He learns how to take care of and protect what's rightfully his. He grows up as a strong young man. Hagar and Ishmael blessed. Ishmael becomes, here's the water that's run out. That's the woman that Abraham gave. That's temporary water. Here's the bread that Abraham gave. That's temporary. What man gave is temporary. But when God told her to open her eyes, he gave her a well of water. That's eternal. Temporary. Eternal. Which one would you decide? You want temporary water or you want eternal water? Eternal living water. Jesus met the woman at the well. And gave her eternal life. He gave her eternal water. Which one would you choose today? Eternal. Certainly I would choose eternal water. A well of water. With a secure water supply, Hagar and Ishmael began to prosper. Later, there's a measure of reconciliation between the two sides of Abraham's clan, for we are told that Isaac and Ishmael together buried their father. Ishmael lives to the ripe old age of 137 and has a large family. Verse 20, God was with the boy as he grew up. He lived in the desert and became an archer. Verse 21, while he was living in the desert of Paran, his mother got a wife from him from Egypt. So he grows up and becomes a young man. And now he gets married. And his mother picks his wife for him.
All right.
Anybody got any sons?
Yes.
When you like to pick that wife for your son? We may not do it. And I remember my father, bless his heart, he had a sense of humor. But growing up, he would say to us, I'm going to send y'all to college so y'all can get with some women that's going somewhere. That's what Hagar did in the text. She took him back to Egypt. She took him closer to her home. Where she wouldn't get mixed up, where he could choose from the cream of the crop. And what happened, we got to put our children in environments where you can't say, this is the woman that you put around those settings. You put them around those settings and in those environments that are conducive for living and hope and pray that they can pick the best out of the mess. Yeah. It isn't amazing. Okay. Isn't amazing how, and when you look at this text, that she picked a woman so he was able to marry out of his own culture. She didn't want any part of that culture in which his father was. She wanted him to be a part of her people. She wanted to be a part of her people, a part of her culture. Got him a wife from Egypt, from Paran, which is located on the northern tip of a place called Aqaba, the desert of Paran. With a rich history, we've got to learn how to put our children in places and environments that when they grow up, when they get older, they can be with people who are, not to say you won't have problems, you won't have stress in life, but I remember when I went off to college, I went to Florida and I met a young lady and I said, no, No. I visited Atlanta, and I said, I want me a peach. Came to Atlanta, and I said, and the first thing when I met this young lady, my wife there, I said, where you go to school? She said, I'm at Clark, Atlanta. I said, you're my wife. Because I knew that if I'm in school getting an education, if she's in school getting an education, we got a better chance. Because I heard too many times with women that I dated, you think you all that because you got it, but they didn't have one. And that's not good, bad. And I mean, that was just in my experience. I don't know what your experience might be. You may think something differently. But for me, in my mind, my heart, my daddy said, you know, go off to college, marry your woman. That stuck with me. And I'm sure that stuck with Ishmael. He let his mama pick his wife for him. You know, but nowadays, you know, our children say, Dad, we can make our own decisions. Well, yeah. But we can put you in areas, in situations where we